There are three main reasons that you are not getting hired. And in this video, I'm going to be super honest with you because not everyone is. And these are the three main reasons that you, on the other side of this camera, are not getting hired. And the reason why I want to be so frank in this video is I really don't want you to keep getting interviews and getting your hopes up, telling your friends and family that you got an interview, that you're really excited about this job, and then a few days later you get that dreaded no thank you email. I don't want that to be you anymore. I want you to be the person getting the job offer, super excited, finally able to pay your bills again, planning trips because you're so pumped that you have some vacation time again and paid vacation. So let's make sure that you understand these three main reasons really, really clearly so that we can stop getting those rejection phone calls and emails and actually land a great career offer today.
Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, look how we made it this far.
And before we dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button because it motivates me to keep on putting out great content videos just for you. Okay, so reason number one, again, I'm going to be real frank in this video, they don't believe you. Okay, so this they don't believe you reason often comes down to the lack of credibility and trustworthiness in the eyes of the hiring manager. It could honestly be from inconsistencies with your resume or the answers that you're giving, or a sense that you're exaggerating some of your accomplishments or things on your resume, or they could be getting a general sense of dishonesty, period, from you. Here's an example. Say you are interviewing for an executive assistant role, somebody that will be supporting the CEO, CFO, and COO of a company, and you are the one interviewing for that role, but say on your resume, you made no mention of having direct reports or also being the office manager. But then all of a sudden in your interviews, you start saying how you have 7 people under you. And on a day-to-day basis, you look after the office as well, not just the calendars of those executive professionals. This may or may not set off alarm bells because why didn't they see that in your resume? Why are you an office manager also applying for an executive assistant role? Do you see what I mean? There might be some inconsistencies when it comes to what you have written on your resume and also the needs that they are interviewing you for. So if you applied for a position that doesn't necessarily need you to be an office manager or need you to have all these reports under you as well, and then you are coming across in the interview talking about all those things, but that's not their needs and it also wasn't on your resume, then this again might be a reason why all of a sudden they don't believe you. So to overcome this hurdle, focus on transparency and building trust within that interview. Ensure that your resume accurately reflects your skills and experiences and make sure in that interview you are reflecting on those experiences and be prepared to give concrete examples of every single thing that you're stating on there. Also make sure that your demeanor and how you're communicating all of your answers is very open, transparent, honest, so that they can see in your face and your communication that you are being authentic and really honest with every single thing that you say. This all makes a difference. Okay, reason number 2, they don't understand you. This reason suggests a disconnect between your communication in your presentation and the expectations of the hiring manager. They may not be able to understand you because you are using technical jargon that is unfamiliar to the hiring manager, the one that's going to get you to the next process. There also may be unclear explanations of your skills or experiences, which just outright confuses them. Or, and I swear this is the most frequent of them all, you may be going on these huge tangents and that leaves them unclear. So here's an example. Say the role that you applied to is an IT manager role. And then when you hop on a call with the hiring professional, whether it's an HR professional or a recruiter or the hiring manager in general, and you start talking super tech to them, going on really long tangents, not fully answering the one question they asked you, well, this again is a common reason why they don't understand you. Maybe you're using specific technological language from a past employer that doesn't apply to this future employer. Or say the other person on the other phone just simply isn't familiar with that super tech language that you're using. So make sure you really explain it to the person on the other end. This demonstrates your ability to be adaptive with the language that you are communicating. You could also practice active listening and ask clarifying questions to the person on the other end to ensure that they truly understand exactly what you are saying. I do this all the time. I say, does that make sense? Or am I clear? Or did you understand that? Not just talking as if it's a one-way street. It truly is a two-way conversation interview. So make sure you are practicing this active listening technique. Reason number 3, they don't like you. This reasoning can be really challenging to address and really correct because it often involves very subjective factors such as cultural fits, personality differences, and just things that are really hard to influence the hiring manager on the other end. While the hiring manager might not explicitly say that they have a dislike for you, there may be subtle cues that lead you to realize that there just isn't chemistry or a lot of connection when it comes to that interview. We really need to remember how important it is to build rapport and reinforce good chemistry in that interview, because this is a huge reason that really leads to a successful interview, because they can picture them sitting alongside and working 40 hours per week with you or not. So for example, if you land a civil engineer interview at a company that manufactures water parks all over the globe, and you come into the interview and you're super serious and you get down to business, where the environment is clearly one that is fun and positive and uplifting, and people are maybe even more casual, coming in super serious and really negative and with kind of a frown on your face and not having good energy and smiling and possibly even cracking good jokes, then you're not going to really win, right? So that's an example of where you could reinforce that you're likable, and that maybe would influence them being able to picture working alongside you. So again, it's impossible to always control how other people perceive you, but you can really contribute to that by being professional, by being likable, by having good energy, and even having some humor in the interview. These things go a really long way. There have been a lot of bad interviews where I log on to Teams online or in person with somebody and they don't bring that good attitude, that positive spirit, that really engaging personality. So from me to you, those people never make it through. The interpersonal skills that you bring to an interview are super important. Obviously, technical skills and the ability to demonstrate that you can do the job as well. But when it comes to rapport building, a lot of people really underestimate this. And that is the reason why hiring managers say maybe they're not a fit. They simply can't picture themselves working alongside you. So do your best to build rapport, ask about the other person on the other side of the end, compliment them, compliment the space that you're in, compliment their background. Do your best to figure out how can you bring that really good, engaging energy to the interview. I promise this will go a long way. Okay, so again, these are the top 3 reasons why people do not get hired. They don't believe you, they don't understand you, or they simply don't like you. Make sure that you are not that person. Use the strategies and examples I've outlined in this video. Hit the like button if this did help you, and we'll see you in the next video.